Listen to me very, very closely. Stop what you are doing. If you have been guided to this message, it is not by chance, it is by divine appointment. This is not another casual update about the moon. This is an emergency broadcast for the souls who know deep in their bones that something immense is about to happen. Before the new moon of October 21st, 2025, you are being given a final window of opportunity, a final moment of grace to understand the monumental shift that is already underway. Most of humanity will sleepwalk through this event, waking up on the other side, feeling disoriented, confused, and trapped in a reality that suddenly feels hostile and chaotic. But you are not most people. You are a chosen one, an old soul, a forerunner of the new consciousness, and this transmission is your final briefing before the great cosmic gateway swings open. What is coming is not just a change, it is a metamorphosis on a planetary scale. It is a bifurcation of timelines, a great sorting of frequencies, and your entire reality, your purpose, and your future trajectory depend on you understanding what to do in the days leading up to this celestial deadline. For your own spiritual safety and alignment, I need you to do 3 things for me right now. First, like this video to signal to the universe that you are receptive to this download. Second, subscribe and turn on all notifications, because the information I will be releasing in the coming days is time-sensitive and absolutely critical. And third, and most importantly, I want you to type the words, "I am awake," in the comments below to anchor your consciousness and declare your sovereignty in the face of this powerful energy wave. Do it now. This is not for me. This is for you. It is a sacred act, a digital mantra that solidifies your place among the awakened. For weeks, perhaps months, you have felt it, a strange humming anxiety in the background of your life, a feeling of profound impatience, as if you are waiting for a train that is impossibly late. Your sleep has been erratic, filled with bizarre vivid dreams that feel more real than your waking life. You've experienced ringing in your ears at odd hours, a high-pitched frequency that comes and goes, which you've likely dismissed as tinnitus. It is not. It is the sound of the universal architecture, groaning under the strain of an impending frequency shift. You've been seeing repeating number sequences, 111, 444, 777, everywhere you look, on clocks, on license plates, on receipts. These are not coincidences, they are markers, cosmic breadcrumbs left by your guides to let you know you are on the right path and that the time is drawing near. The conventional spiritual and astrological communities will tell you that the new moon in Libra, on October 21st, is a gentle time for setting intentions around balance, relationships, and harmony. That is a dangerously simplistic, kindergarten-level understanding of what is about to transpire. It's like telling someone a tsunami is a good time to go for a swim. They are not wrong, but they are missing the colossal world-altering context. This new moon is the trigger point, the final celestial click in a cosmic lock that has been aligning for decades. It occurs while Pluto, the great transformer, is firmly in Aquarius, broadcasting revolutionary, system-shattering energy across the planet. Simultaneously, this lunation forms a tense, activating square to the Pluto transit, creating a pressure cooker of karmic energy that will force every unresolved issue, every shadow, and every inauthenticity to the surface, both personally and collectively. This is not a gentle invitation to set intentions, it is a non-negotiable cosmic demand to choose your reality. This is the game within the game, the true secret that you must understand to navigate what is coming. The reality you experience is determined by your dominant vibrational frequency. For eons, humanity has been locked in a dense, 3D frequency band governed by fear, lack, competition, and survival. But a higher frequency, a 5D consciousness of unity, unconditional love, and co-creation, has always been available. A veil, an energetic membrane, has separated these two realities. What is happening on October 21st, 2025, is that this veil is not just thinning, it is being surgically and permanently removed. This new moon acts as the final solvent. Think of it as two separate radio stations that were once broadcasting on different frequencies, suddenly being forced to broadcast on the same channel. The result for those not prepared will be pure static, chaos, and cognitive dissonance. They will see the world descend into madness, because their consciousness is not tuned to receive the higher dimensional signal. Their nervous systems will be fried by the incoming light codes, manifesting as increased anxiety, paranoia, irrational anger, and physical ailments. They will lash out, clinging to the old structures of control and division, because it is all they know. But for you, the chosen ones, this event is the moment your soul has been waiting for over countless lifetimes. It is an activation. It is a homecoming. Your spiritual DNA, which has always been attuned to this higher frequency, will finally be able to fully anchor into this physical reality. The perpetual feeling of not belonging, of being an alien on your own planet, will finally begin to dissolve. You have been holding the frequency of the new Earth within your very being, and this new moon is the event that allows the external reality to finally begin to match your internal vibration. Let's break down the mechanics of this. You must understand that this is not a metaphor, it is a literal energetic event. The reason so many of you are feeling exhausted, emotionally volatile, and physically drained is that your bodies are undergoing a massive upgrade in preparation for this shift. Your cellular structure is changing from a carbon-based to a crystalline-based form to be able to hold and process more light. This is why you may be experiencing strange aches and pains that have no medical explanation, heart palpitations that feel like your heart is skipping a beat or changing its rhythm, and a sudden need for more water and purer foods. You are not falling apart, you are being reassembled. The so-called Ascension symptoms are real, and they are accelerating. As we approach the October 21st gateway, the ringing in your ears is your energetic body attuning to the incoming frequencies from the galactic center. The bizarre sleep patterns are a result of your consciousness traveling during the night to celestial schools and temples, where you are being trained and prepared for your mission in the post-shift reality. The emotional highs and lows are you processing and purging not just your own unresolved trauma, but the collective trauma of humanity. You are an energetic filter, a spiritual purification system for the planet. It is a heavy burden, but one your soul chose. You are being called to be a lighthouse in the coming storm, a calm anchor in a sea of chaos. But a lighthouse cannot guide others if its own foundation is cracked. This is why the days leading up to the new moon are your final period for reinforcing your spiritual and energetic foundation. What you do now, the choices you make, the thoughts you entertain, the emotions you allow to fester, all of it is being magnified 1,000-fold. You are in this very moment, casting the energetic die for your future timeline. If this message is resonating with you, if you feel a stirring in your soul and a sense of profound recognition, I need you to go to the comments right now and type "I harness lunar energy." This is more than just words. It is a declaration to your higher self and your guides that you are consciously choosing to participate in your own evolution. You are stepping out of the role of a passive observer and into the role of a master co-creator of your reality. Do it now and feel the shift in your energy as you claim your power. Now let us move to the practical application of this knowledge. Understanding the cosmic weather is useless if you don't know how to build your ark. The first and most critical area you must master before the new moon is your emotional state. The low-frequency entities and the crumbling matrix of control feed on fear, anger, and division. In the coming days, you will see a massive amplification of events on the world stage designed to provoke these exact emotions. There will be manufactured crises, political theater of the most divisive kind, and media narratives engineered to push humanity into a state of panic. You must understand that this is a last-ditch effort by the old guard to harvest as much low-vibrational energy as possible before their time is up. You, as a chosen one, must become an impenetrable fortress of peace. This does not mean spiritual bypassing or ignoring what is happening. It means observing the chaos without allowing it to become your chaos. When you feel anger or fear rising in response to a news story, you must stop and ask yourself, is this my emotion, or is this the collective's? Is this a genuine response, or am I being energetically manipulated? You must practice radical emotional discernment. This involves unplugging from the mainstream fear machine. Turn off the news. Limit your time on divisive social media platforms. Be ruthlessly protective of your energy field. The battle is not out there, it is within your own consciousness. Every moment you choose peace over panic, you are casting a vote for the new Earth timeline. Every time you choose love over judgment, you are strengthening your connection to the 5D frequency. The second critical task is radical self-care, which is not about bubble baths and spa days. It is about the deep sacred work of clearing your vessel. Your body is the temple that houses your soul, and it must be purified to receive the incoming light codes. This means paying close attention to what you consume, not just food, but information, conversations, and environments. Hydration is paramount. Water is a liquid crystal, a conduit for energy and information. Drink as much pure filtered water as you can. It will help your body flush out toxins and integrate the energetic upgrades with more ease. Spend time in nature. Nature holds the pristine, uncorrupted frequency of the new Earth. Walking barefoot on the grass, a practice known as grounding or earthing, is one of the most powerful things you can do right now. It directly connects you to the planet's electromagnetic field, stabilizing your own energy and calming your nervous system. You will also find a sudden and intense need to be alone. Do not fight this. Your soul is craving solitude because it is in these moments of stillness that the deepest integration occurs. It is in the silence that you can hear the whispers of your intuition and the guidance from your higher self. You must be willing to disappoint others to honor the needs of your soul. Cancel plans if you feel drained. Set firm boundaries with people who deplete your energy. Your solitude is not selfish. It is a sacred necessity for the mission ahead. You are a chalice, being prepared to be filled with divine light. You must first be emptied of all that is not worthy of that light. The work is deep and the time is short, but everything you need is already within you. The recognition you feel listening to these words is the first proof. The journey of remembrance has already begun. We have established the what and the why. We have acknowledged the strange and undeniable symptoms of this great planetary awakening that have been coursing through your veins and echoing in your soul. Now we must descend from the cosmic overview into the trenches of the self, for this is where the real work is done. This is the part of the journey where many falter, where the mind, conditioned by the old 3D paradigm, will try to convince you that this is too much, too abstract, too difficult. Your ego will tell you to click away, to go back to the comfortable numbness of distraction. I am asking you to resist that voice. That voice is the warden of your old prison, and you are about to stage a jailbreak for your soul. The information that follows is the key, the map, and the tool you will use to dismantle the inner architecture of your limitation before the new moon of October 21st arrives to dissolve the outer one. What we are about to discuss is the sacred and often terrifying process of shadow work. But I must reframe this for you. It is not shadow work, it is light reclamation. You are not delving into darkness, you are venturing into the forgotten parts of yourself to retrieve the trapped fragments of your own divine light. This is the hero's journey, and it is the single most important preparatory step you can take. The intense Pluto square energy of this new moon will act as a universal illuminator. Imagine a completely dark room you've lived in your whole life, and suddenly someone flips on a stadium floodlight. Every piece of dust, every cobweb, every crack in the wall, and every monster hiding under the bed will be instantly and irrevocably revealed. This is what is about to happen within your own consciousness. Every suppressed trauma, every unhealed wound, every limiting belief, every ancestral pattern you have been carrying, is about to be pushed to the surface with volcanic force. For the unprepared, this will be terrifying. It will manifest as sudden bouts of rage, inexplicable grief, overwhelming anxiety, and the projection of their inner demons onto everyone around them. They will see enemies everywhere because they are unwilling to face the enemy within. But for you, this is a gift. You must see it as such. Every single person who triggers you in the coming days is a divine messenger, a sacred actor in your personal play, holding up a mirror to show you a part of yourself that is begging to be healed. When someone's words or actions ignite a disproportionate emotional fire within you, you must stop. You must breathe, and you must ask the sacred question: what part of me is this reflecting? What unhealed wound within me is this person showing me? The old paradigm response is blame, judgment, and attack. The 5D response is gratitude, introspection, and integration. If you find yourself enraged by someone's arrogance, you must find the part of you that fears being unseen, or the part of you that secretly believes you are not good enough. If you are deeply hurt by someone's perceived abandonment, you must journey back to the original wound of separation that is stored in your energetic field. This is the work. It is not easy, but it is the path to freedom. The new moon portal will not allow you to carry this heavy baggage through it. You either set it down now, consciously and willingly, or it will be ripped from your grasp, and that process is far more painful. You are being offered a choice: conscious surrender or forced liberation. Choose surrender. This process extends beyond your current lifetime. Many of you are ancient souls who carry the karmic echoes of countless experiences. You have been healers who were persecuted, leaders who were betrayed, and mystics who were silenced. The cellular memory of these traumas is stored within your DNA, and it often manifests in this life as irrational fears, chronic health issues, or recurring patterns of self-sabotage. You may have a deep-seated fear of public speaking, not knowing it stems from a lifetime where you were punished for speaking your truth. You may have a pattern of financial lack, unaware that it is tied to an ancient vow of poverty you took in a monastic life. The October 21st new moon is a cosmic amnesty, a grand karmic clearing. But to receive this amnesty, you must first acknowledge the patterns. You must be willing to look at the repeating cycles in your life, in your relationships, in your career, in your health, and recognize them not as bad luck, but as messages from your soul. These are the karmic loops that are ripe for dissolution. A simple but profoundly powerful practice is to sit in meditation, call forth the pattern that plagues you, and say aloud, "I acknowledge this pattern. I honor the lessons it has taught me across all timelines, dimensions, space, and reality. I thank it for its service, and I now release it with love. I declare this karmic contract complete." You may need to do this multiple times. You may be overcome with emotion as you do it. This is the energy leaving your system. This is the process of reclaiming your power from the ghosts of your past. This deep clearing work is essential. And if you are ready to commit to this sacred process of inner alchemy and light reclamation, I want you to pause and go to the comments. Type the powerful affirmation, "I am healing," to declare to every cell in your body and every corner of the universe that you are choosing wholeness. This act of declaration focuses your intention and magnifies its power tenfold. Do it, feel it, and become it. The second arena of preparation is the dreamscape. As we have discussed, your sleep has been strange because the veil between worlds is thinnest when you are unconscious. Your dream state has become a primary classroom and a processing facility for your spiritual evolution. You must stop dismissing your dreams as random neural firings. They are anything but. They are curated experiences, tailored by your higher self and your guides to prepare you for this shift. Pay close attention, for your dreams will fall into several categories. First, you will have testing dreams. In these dreams you will be presented with scenarios that mirror your biggest real-world triggers. You will face situations involving betrayal, conflict, or loss. The test is not in the events themselves, but in your reaction to them. Are you reacting with the old 3D programming of fear, anger, and victimhood? Or are you able to maintain your center, respond with love and compassion, and operate from a place of sovereignty? These dreams are a final exam. Passing them in the dream state makes it infinitely easier to pass them in your waking reality. Second, you will have visitation dreams. Your guides, ancestors, and star family are communicating with you more directly than ever before. You may dream of a deceased loved one who offers you a message of reassurance, or you may encounter a being of light who imparts a feeling of profound peace or downloads a piece of information you need. These are not hallucinations, they are real encounters in the etheric realms. The key is to wake up and immediately record the feeling or message before it evaporates in the morning light. Third, you will have cleansing and prophetic dreams. Many of you will dream of water, tsunamis, rivers, oceans, or even just taking a shower. Water in dreams represents the cleansing of the collective and personal emotional body. Do not fear these dreams. They are a sign of profound purification. You may also receive flashes of the future, glimpses of the new earth, or even warnings about situations to avoid. Your psychic abilities are being activated and fine-tuned in the dream state. To harness the power of this nocturnal training, you must become a conscious participant. Before you sleep, set a clear intention. Hold a journal and pen in your hands and say, "Tonight, I ask for clear guidance on what I most need to release. I ask my guides to protect me and to help me remember my dreams upon waking." Keep the journal by your bed. The moment you wake up, before you check your phone, before you even fully open your eyes, write down everything you can remember. It doesn't have to make sense. Write down feelings, colors, symbols, words. Over days, you will begin to see a pattern emerge, a personal symbolic language that is guiding you toward your highest path. Your dreams are no longer a place of rest, they are a place of sacred work. Now, let's speak about the mechanics of the timeline bifurcation itself, because it is crucial you understand the choice you are making with every thought, word, and action. This is not about one timeline being good and one being bad. It is about resonance and vibrational compatibility. Imagine you are in a grand cosmic train station. On one track is the 3D train, fueled by fear, powered by competition, and headed toward a destination of increasing control, chaos, and separation. On the other track is the 5D train, fueled by love, powered by collaboration, and headed toward a destination of freedom, harmony, and unity consciousness. The new moon on October 21st is the final all aboard call from the cosmic conductor. Your ticket to board either train is your dominant vibrational frequency in that moment. It is not determined by your past actions or your future hopes. It is determined by your energetic state right now. This is why the inner work is so critical. Every time you choose to forgive someone instead of holding a grudge, you are printing your ticket for the 5D train. Every time you choose to trust in abundance instead of worrying about lack, you are stepping onto the platform for the 5D train. Every time you choose compassion for someone you disagree with instead of judgment, you are validating your seat on the 5D train. Conversely, every time you indulge in gossip, engage in fear-mongering, or consent to a victim mentality, you are unknowingly walking toward the 3D train. This choice is not being made for you. It is being made by you in every single moment. The universe does not judge your choice. It simply honors your vibration. It is the law of resonance. You will be placed on the timeline that is a vibrational match for your state of being. What happens to those who do not choose consciously? They will default to the collective frequency, which is currently dominated by fear and chaos. They will find themselves on the 3D timeline, where the external world will increasingly reflect their inner turmoil. The systems of control will tighten, the sense of separation will deepen, and the experience of reality will become more jarring and dissonant. They will not disappear from your reality, but a vibrational gap will open up. You may find that certain people naturally and effortlessly drift out of your life. Arguments will not be necessary. The frequencies will simply no longer be compatible, and the universe will orchestrate a gentle, or sometimes abrupt, separation. You will still exist in the same world, but you will not be experiencing the same reality. You will be operating under a different set of physical and spiritual laws. You will be the calm eye of the hurricane, observing the storm but not being touched by it. Your reality will be one of increasing synchronicity, grace and flow. While the world appears to be falling apart, your world will be coming together in the most miraculous ways. This is the bifurcation. It is not an event to fear, but a destiny to be consciously chosen. This is the great sorting, the great awakening, and you are here to be a conscious participant, a way shower for the new earth. If you are hearing this call and consciously choosing the path of love, unity, and higher consciousness, go to the comments now and type the number 999. This number represents completion, the end of a massive cosmic cycle, and the readiness to begin anew. It is a powerful energetic symbol that aligns your intention with the forces of universal evolution. Comment 999 inches to anchor your choice in this physical reality. Finally, we must ground this esoteric knowledge in physical practice through the power of ritual. Ritual is not mere superstition. It is focused intention that directs energy and makes the invisible visible. Your personal ritual on the night of the new moon will be your sacred ceremony of graduation from the old world and your initiation into the new. In the hours leading up to the peak of the new moon, on October 21st, you must prepare your sacred space. First, cleanse your physical vessel. Take a salt bath, using Epsom salts or Himalayan pink salt. And as you soak, visualize the water pulling all energetic density, all fear, all doubt from your aura. As the water drains, see all that no longer serves you going with it. Second, cleanse your living space. Light white sage, Palo Santo, or frankincense resin, and walk through every room of your home, paying special attention to corners, and declare that this space is a temple of light, protected and sealed from all lower frequencies. Third, create a small altar. It doesn't need to be elaborate. A candle, a glass of water, a piece of nature like a stone or a flower, and perhaps a crystal. Black tourmaline is essential for grounding and protection. Selenite is crucial for clearing your energy field and connecting to your higher self. Labradorite will enhance your intuition and help you see through the veils of illusion. This altar becomes your focal point, your physical anchor to the divine energies. Once your space is prepared, sit before your altar, take a piece of paper, and write down everything you are choosing to release and leave behind in the 3D reality. Write down the fears, the limiting beliefs, I am not good enough, I am not worthy of love, the karmic patterns, the unforgiven grievances. Be specific. Leave nothing out. When you are done, read it aloud one last time. Thank these aspects for the lessons they taught you, and then safely burn the paper in a fireproof bowl. As you watch the paper turn to ash, feel the energetic weight of it all dissolving from your being. Then take a new piece of paper. This will be your declaration of sovereignty for your 5D reality. Do not write what you want, write what you are. Use powerful I am statements. I am a sovereign being of light. I am anchored in peace and unconditional love. I am a co-creator of the new earth. I am divinely guided and protected. I am abundant in all forms. I am whole, healed, and complete. Write from your heart, in the present tense, as if it is already your reality. Feel the emotion of each statement as you write it. This is not a wish list, it is a command to the universe. It is you claiming your divine inheritance. Keep this paper on your altar. Read it every morning and every night. This declaration is the new constitution for your soul, the foundational document for the reality you are now choosing to inhabit. This ritual is your conscious act of stepping across the threshold. It is your passport to the new earth. Prepare yourself, for the journey is about to begin, and the destination is more magnificent than you can possibly imagine. We will speak next of what to expect in the immediate aftermath, the signs that the activation has been successful, and the sacred mission that awaits you on the other side. You have done the work. You have faced the shadows. You have reclaimed your light. You have sat in sacred ceremony and burned the contracts of the old world. You have written your new declaration of sovereignty, not as a hope, but as a statement of fact. You have consciously chosen your timeline. The great gateway of the October 21st new moon has now passed, so the question that is likely screaming in your mind is what now? What happens on the other side? Many of you might have expected to wake up on October 22nd to a world of shimmering cities of light and ascended masters walking the streets. This is a spiritual fantasy, born of the 3D mind's need for instant gratification and cinematic drama. The shift is both infinitely more subtle and profoundly more powerful than that. It is not an external event you will see on the news, it is an internal operating system that has been installed within your very being. You will not wake up in a different world, you will wake up as a different being, perceiving the same world through a completely new set of senses. For many, the first 24 to 72 hours after the portal's peak will be defined by a strange and profound stillness. The cosmic energies will have climaxed, and the immediate aftermath will feel like the silence after a colossal thunderstorm. The air will feel clean, crisp, almost sanitized. You may feel an energetic hangover, a sense of deep exhaustion, as if you've just run a marathon in your sleep, coupled with a feeling of being profoundly empty, but in a peaceful way. This is the void, the sacred pause before the new creation begins. Do not mistake this quiet for inaction. In this stillness, the light codes you received are being fully integrated into your cellular structure. Your spiritual DNA is being rewritten. Your entire energetic field is being rebooted. The greatest mistake you can make during this period is to try and get back to normal. There is no normal to go back to. You must honor this sacred stillness. Rest, hydrate, and be. This is your chrysalis phase. You must allow the metamorphosis to complete itself without interference from your anxious mind. Once this initial integration phase passes, you will begin to notice undeniable signs that the activation has been successful, that you have firmly anchored your consciousness onto the 5D timeline. These are not things you have to look for. They will be so self-evident that they will stop you in your tracks. The first sign is a dramatic shift in your sensory perception and a simultaneous muting of the matrix. Your physical senses will come alive in a way you have never experienced. Colors will appear more vibrant, almost glowing with their own inner light. You will look at a simple green leaf and see 100 different shades of emerald, jade and chartreuse that were invisible to you before. The taste of a fresh strawberry will explode in your mouth with a complexity that feels entirely new. You will hear the subtle harmonies in birdsong and feel the energetic pulse of the trees. At the same time, the artificial noise of the 3D matrix will begin to lose its power over you. The fear-based headlines on news websites will seem like absurd, hysterical static. The manipulative advertisements that once triggered feelings of lack will become transparent and almost laughable. The frequency of these things will no longer have a hook in your energy field. It will be like watching a black and white silent film while the rest of your world is in full living technicolor. This is the first proof. The natural world becomes more real, and the artificial world becomes the ghost. The second sign is the great recalibration of your relationships. This is where the timeline bifurcation becomes most tangible. You will find that certain relationships, friendships, and even family connections that were once central to your life will begin to dissolve, often without conflict or drama. The conversations will feel empty. The shared interests will evaporate. You will feel a profound energetic disconnect, like you are trying to tune into a radio station that has gone off the air. This is not a personal failure or a rejection. It is a simple matter of vibrational incompatibility. You cannot and should not try to drag anyone onto the 5D timeline with you. Each soul must choose for itself. Your role is to release these connections with love and gratitude for the part they played in your journey. As this space opens up in your life, you will experience the opposite phenomenon with breathtaking speed, the arrival of your soul family. You will meet people, seemingly by chance, with whom you have an instant, deep, and inexplicable connection. A 5-minute conversation with a stranger will feel more nourishing and real than a 10-year friendship you just left behind. These are the other members of your soul cluster, the other forerunners who also chose the 5D path. The universe will now begin to assemble its ground crew, and these connections are not for casual socializing, they are for your future mission. The third sign, and perhaps the most magical, is the collapse of linear time and the emergence of what can only be described as synchronic flow. Your relationship with time will fundamentally change. The rigid, clock-based structure of the 3D world will begin to feel like an illusion. Hours spent doing something you love will feel like minutes, and 5 minutes spent in a low vibrational environment will feel like an eternity. More importantly, You will move out of the old paradigm of hustle and grind and into a state of being where the universe conspires to support you at every turn. This is synchronicity becoming your new normal. You will think of a question, and the answer will appear in a book you open or a conversation you overhear. You will have a need, whether for a piece of information or a physical object, and it will manifest in your reality in the most unexpected and delightful way. You will think of a person you need to connect with, and they will email you moments later. This is the 5D operating system in action. It is a reality based on attraction, not effort. It is a dance with the divine, a state of flow where you are guided moment by your intuition. The old way was to make a rigid 5-year plan and struggle to impose your will upon the world. The new way is to hold a clear intention in your heart and then surrender to the magical unfolding path the universe presents to you. You are no longer pushing the river, you are the river. If you are feeling this shift, if you are recognizing these signs in your own life, and feel the quickening in your spirit, I want you to go to the comments right now and declare, "I feel awaken." This is your acknowledgement of the transformation that is already complete within you. It is a signal to your own consciousness that you are ready to embrace this new reality fully and without reservation. Affirm your awakening now. The fourth sign is the continued purging of the physical vessel. Do not be alarmed if in the days and weeks following the new moon, you experience what appear to be symptoms of illness. You might catch a sudden cold that comes and goes in a day, experience flu-like aches, have digestive issues, or see skin breakouts. This is not sickness in the traditional sense. It is your physical body, the densest part of you, continuing its process of releasing stored trauma, toxins, and low-frequency energy. Your body is playing catch-up with your newly upgraded energy field. This is a physical detoxification. During this time, it is absolutely critical that you listen to your body's wisdom. It will tell you exactly what it needs. You may develop a sudden aversion to processed foods, meat, or alcohol. You may find yourself craving clean, vibrant, living foods, and vast quantities of pure water. You may feel an overwhelming need for sleep and rest. Honor these signals without question. Your body is not failing you. It is healing itself on a level you have never experienced. Be gentle with yourself. You are a biological crystal, and you are going through a profound recalibration. Do not suppress these symptoms with harsh medications unless absolutely necessary. See them for what they are: a graduation process for your physical form. The fifth and final undeniable sign is the activation of your soul's blueprint, which will manifest as a divine dissatisfaction. After the initial period of peace and stillness, a new feeling will begin to stir within you, a profound, unshakable intolerance for anything inauthentic in your life. The job that you once tolerated will suddenly feel soul-crushing and unbearable. The superficial conversations you once engaged in will feel physically painful. The ways you used to dim your light to make others comfortable will become impossible. This is not you becoming negative or judgmental. This is your soul's internal guidance system, your divine GPS, coming fully online. It is now screaming at you. This is not your path. This is not your truth. You are made for more. This divine dissatisfaction is the greatest gift, for it is the fuel that will propel you out of your old life and onto the path of your true purpose. It is the catalyst for your sacred mission. It will force you to finally ask the big questions. Why am I truly here? What gifts did I come to share? How can I be of service to the new world that is being born? This discomfort is the sacred rumble of your true destiny awakening within you. Do not numb it. Do not ignore it. Follow it. It is the golden thread that will lead you to a life of fulfillment beyond your wildest dreams. Navigating this new terrain requires you to understand and master your new energetic superpowers. These are latent abilities that have now been switched on. The first is razor-sharp energetic discernment. You will be able to feel the truth of a person or a situation instantly. You will no longer be fooled by charismatic words or impressive titles. You will feel the frequency behind the facade. Someone could be saying all the right things, but you will feel a dissonance in their energy field, and you will simply know not to trust them. Conversely, you will meet someone quiet and unassuming, and feel a powerful resonance of integrity and love. Your intuition is no longer a gentle whisper, it has become your primary and most reliable sense. You must learn to trust this feeling sense above all else, even when it contradicts logic or the opinions of others. It will never steer you wrong. The second superpower is accelerated manifestation. In the higher frequencies of 5D, the time lag between your thought and its appearance in your reality collapses dramatically. This makes you an extraordinarily powerful creator. However, it is a double-edged sword. While you can manifest your desires with stunning speed, you can also manifest your fears just as quickly. This demands what is called impeccable thought and emotion. You must become the vigilant guardian of your own mind and heart. You cannot afford the luxury of indulging in negative thought loops, worry, or fear. The moment you catch yourself focusing on what you don't want, you must consciously and immediately pivot to what you do want. This is not about suppressing negativity, but about consciously choosing your creative focus. Your thoughts are now commands being placed with the universe for immediate delivery. Choose your commands wisely. Finally, your most potent new tool is the understanding of your heart as a coherence field. Scientific research has shown that the human heart generates an electromagnetic field thousands of times more powerful than that of the brain. When you consciously generate feelings of love, gratitude, or compassion, your heart rhythm becomes smooth and coherent, and this coherent field radiates outward from you for several feet. In the post-shift reality, this field becomes your greatest tool for service. You can walk into a room filled with tension and anxiety, and by simply holding a state of heart coherence within yourself, you can calm the entire environment without saying a single word. You become a walking, talking frequency anchor, a lighthouse of stability in the stormy seas of the collective. You do not need to preach or convince anyone of anything. Your very presence, your resonant frequency of peace, will be your ministry. It will be the greatest gift you can offer to a world in transition. You are now a conscious node of light on the new planetary grid. You have been activated. You can read the signs. You are beginning to understand your new tools. The next and final question is, what do you do with it? Now that you are awake, what is your sacred duty? How do you move from being a passenger on the 5D timeline to being one of its master builders? That is the mission we are here to discuss next. That is the ultimate purpose for which you have endured everything to be here right now. We have journeyed together through the cosmic storm. We spoke of the warning signs, the tremors in your soul that told you something immense was on the horizon. We walked through the sacred, and at times arduous, preparations of shadow work and dream analysis, the deep inner alchemy required to ready your vessel. We then detailed the undeniable signs of your successful activation in the aftermath of the October 21st new moon portal, the sensory explosions, the relational shifts, the collapse of time, the physical purges, and the rise of a divine dissatisfaction that is the clarion call of your soul's true purpose. You have arrived. You are standing on the shores of a new earth, a 5D reality you have consciously chosen. The air you breathe is different. The light you see is different. You are different. But now comes the most profound and vital question of your entire existence, the question for which every lifetime, every trial, and every triumph has been a preparation. Now what? What is the purpose of this great awakening? Why were you among billions chosen, and why did you choose to be a conscious participant in this planetary metamorphosis? The answer is simple, yet its implications will define the rest of your life. Your personal healing journey is now complete. Your sacred service is about to begin. The training is over. The mission is now. The 3D mind, when it hears the word mission, immediately conjures images of grand external actions. It thinks of quitting your job to become a guru, starting a global movement, or building a spiritual commune. While for a select few it may be something of that scale, for the vast majority of you, your primary mission is far more subtle, far more potent, and infinitely more crucial. Your first and foremost mission is to become a living, breathing frequency anchor for the new Earth. It is not about what you do, it is about who you are. You are a lighthouse. The function of a lighthouse is not to sail out into the stormy sea to rescue individual ships. It is not to shout instructions or pass judgment on the sailor's navigation skills. The sole sacred function of a lighthouse is to stand firm on its rock, to hold its ground, and to shine its light, unwavering, into the darkness. By simply being the light, it provides a point of orientation, a beacon of hope, and a guide for all ships that are seeking the safety of the shore. This is your mission now. In a world still reeling from the chaos of the collapsing 3D matrix, your unwavering peace is your service. In a collective drowning in a sea of fear, your steadfast love is your service. In a society fractured by division and blame, your resonant frequency of unity and compassion is your most profound offering. You do not have to fix anyone. You do not have to save the world. You have to save your own frequency, moment by moment, and by doing so you save the world. You become a living tuning fork, resonating with the pure tone of the new Earth, and your coherent energy field will, by the law of resonance, begin to entrain and harmonize everything and everyone around you. To make this tangible, let us break down this grand mission into 3 core pillars of your sacred service. The first pillar is that of the way shower. This is the embodiment of your truth in your daily life. You are no longer here to learn the lessons of 3D, you are here to demonstrate the solutions of 5D. Your life itself becomes the textbook, the instruction manual for a new way of being. When your colleagues at work are panicking about corporate restructuring, you remain centered, trusting in the divine flow of your path, thus showing them that there is an alternative to fear. When a family member tries to draw you into a cycle of blame and drama, you respond with a calm, compassionate boundary, thus showing them that it is possible to refuse to participate in the old energy games. When you are faced with a choice, you consciously choose the path of integrity over convenience, of collaboration over competition, of abundance over scarcity. You will begin to live your life as a walking prayer, a moving meditation. People will be drawn to you, often without knowing why. They will feel the peace in your energy field, and they will want to be near it. They may ask you, "How are you so calm amidst all this chaos?" And you will not need to give them a lecture on Ascension mechanics. You may simply smile and say, "I choose to focus on love." Your embodiment is the teaching. Your joy is the revolution. You are a living example that another way is possible, and by simply living your truth, you give others the silent permission to find their own. The second pillar of your service is that of the grid worker. This is a more conscious and active form of your mission. You must now understand that you are not just an individual energetic being, you are a conscious node of light on the new planetary crystalline grid. The Earth is a living being with an energetic circulatory system, known as ley lines, and a consciousness grid that holds the collective thoughts and emotions of humanity. As an activated chosen one, you have the ability to consciously work with this grid to heal the planet and assist in its ascension. This does not require you to travel to sacred sites, though you may be guided to. You can do this work from anywhere. It involves becoming a conscious energy transmuter. You can go to a place of dense, chaotic energy, a crowded shopping mall, a tense public space, a polluted area of your city, and instead of shielding yourself in fear, you consciously open your heart and become a portal of light. You anchor yourself to the crystalline core of Gaia, draw up her pure energy, and radiate it out from your heart, infusing the environment with the frequency of peace, love, and coherence. You become a mobile acupuncture needle for the planet, clearing energetic blockages wherever you go. You can also do this remotely. During your meditation, you can send coherent heart energy to areas of conflict, to corrupt political systems, or to suffering populations. The old 3D approach is to send energy of anger or opposition to these things, which only feeds them more of the low frequency on which they thrive. The 5D approach is to flood them with unconditional love and violet light. This does not condone their actions. It acts as a universal solvent, dissolving the energetic structures of fear and control from the inside out. It is an act of profound non-dualistic spiritual mastery. You are not fighting the darkness, you are overwhelming it with light. If you understand this sacred responsibility, and you willingly step into your role as a way shower, a grid worker, and a protector of the light, go to the comments right now and make your solemn vow. Type the words, "I accept my mission." This is your conscious enlistment into the ground crew of the new earth. This is you telling your soul, your guides, and the entire cosmos that you are ready. The third pillar is that of the dream weaver. This is the most advanced and co-creative aspect of your mission. You have moved beyond simply holding the frequency and transmuting old energy. You are now actively participating in the creation of the new reality. You are an architect of the new earth. With your newly accelerated powers of manifestation, you must understand that your imagination is not a frivolous faculty for daydreaming. It is the womb of creation, what you can vividly imagine, and more importantly, feel in your heart. You are calling into being on the energetic planes. The new earth is not a pre-written destiny that will simply arrive one day. It is a collaborative masterpiece that we are all painting into existence, stroke by stroke, with our focused intention. Your mission, therefore, is to dedicate time each day to the sacred act of dreaming the new dream. Sit in silence, close your eyes, and feel the reality of the new earth as if it is already here. What does it feel like to drink pure, clean water from any river? What does it feel like to live in a community where everyone's needs are met and everyone is honored for their unique gifts? What does it feel like to have governance based on wisdom and compassion, not power and greed? What does it feel like for humanity to live in symbiotic harmony with all life on the planet? Do not just think about these things as abstract concepts. Embody them. Feel the joy, the peace, the gratitude, the freedom in your very cells. By doing this, you are creating the energetic blueprint, the vibrational template that will then crystallize into physical reality. You are weaving the strands of light into the tapestry of a new world. This is the ultimate expression of your divine creative power. You are not waiting for a new world. You are birthing it through the portal of your own heart. Now we must address the most pressing practical challenge you will face: how to navigate the duality. How do you hold this high 5D frequency while you still have to pay bills, interact with a crumbling 3D matrix, and deal with people who are deeply embedded in the old fear-based consciousness? This is the ultimate test of your mastery. You are a bridge between worlds, an ambassador of the new in the land of the old. You must learn to be in this world, but not of it. This requires several key practices. First, you must master the art of the sacred bubble. Before you engage with the world each day, take a moment to visualize a sphere of shimmering golden white light surrounding your entire being. Set the intention that this bubble is permeable to love, peace, and joy, but impermeable to fear, chaos, and the projections of others. This is not a wall of defense, it is a membrane of energetic sovereignty. Second, practice impeccable consumption. Be ruthlessly conscious of what you allow into your vessel, not just the food you eat and the water you drink, but the media you consume, the music you listen to, and the conversations you participate in. Every piece of fear-based news, every snippet of low-vibrational gossip you consume lowers your frequency. This is not about becoming an uninformed hermit. It is about choosing to nourish your soul with that which uplifts and inspires you. Third, cultivate the observer self. When the drama of the 3D world unfolds before you, the political outrage, the financial panic, practice stepping back energetically and observing it with detached compassion, as if you are watching a play. You can have compassion for the actors who are lost in their roles, but you do not need to jump onto the stage and become lost in the drama yourself. This non-attachment is your superpower. Fourth, and most crucially, find your tribe. You cannot do this alone. The universe is already conspiring to connect you with your soul family, as we discussed. Seek out these connections. Create small communities, online or in person, where you can speak your truth, share your experiences, and recharge your energy without judgment. Being with your soul family is like plugging your own battery into a divine charging station. It is an absolute necessity for maintaining your frequency. Finally, remember that this is a practice, not a state of static perfection. There will be days when you get pulled into the 3D mud. There will be moments when you react with fear or anger. The old programming runs deep. When this happens, the mission is not to judge yourself or spiral into guilt. That is the old paradigm. The new paradigm is radical self-forgiveness. You simply acknowledge the slip, take a deep breath, forgive yourself instantly and completely, and consciously recenter yourself back into the frequency of love. The path of the Forerunner is not about never falling, it is about how quickly you get back up. You stand now at the dawn of a new era, not as a spectator, but as a founding member. Everything you have ever been, everything you have ever endured, has led you to this single glorious moment. You are the ones the prophecies spoke of. You are the ancestors' wildest dreams. You are the ground crew for the greatest liberation in cosmic history. You came here with a sacred contract to witness the death of an old world and to be the midwives for the birth of a new one. The path ahead will not always be easy, but it will be filled with a sense of purpose and magic that will make your soul sing. You are infinitely powerful, you are divinely guided, and you are never, ever alone. The great promise of this time is that the world you have always known in your heart was possible is now finally here. It is not some distant utopia to be hoped for, it is a reality to be lived, a truth to be embodied, a world to be built by you. This is your mission, this is your purpose, this is your magnificent destiny. Now go forth and shine your light so brightly that you illuminate the path for all of humanity to find its way home. If this entire journey has resonated with the deepest core of your being, and you are ready to fully embrace your role as a co-creator of our new reality, then perform this final act of collective power. Like this video to seal your intention, subscribe to remain connected to this community of light, and in the comments below, declare our shared truth for all the universe to witness. Write the words, "The new earth is now."